Hello students, in today's lecture we will be starting with a new chapter, that is operations on rational number, that is chapter 5. Now before we move ahead with the chapter children, just wanted to tell that I am happy to see that you all have done fairly well in the test. The way you have presented, it shows that you all are really working hard. Some students have done par excellence. Some students require little practice, but I am sure the way you are practicing, the way you are working hard, those students also will master the concept. Also, I really want to appreciate the efforts of the parents also, as they are also helping their children in many ways. In this period, when we see this is a very we can say in spite of this difficult period, so children, keep working hard the way you have working. Continue the same process of studying. Okay children, now let's start with the chapter, that is now operation on rational number. Here, before starting, let us revise some definitions which you have learned in your previous class. So children, open your classwork book, also open your maths textbook, page number 34. And now here, first definition what we have already learned in, I think so, in 6th standard, okay, 6th standard, that is natural numbers. So you are going to write this definition also in the classwork book, because it can come in your fill up or in definition, in the form of definition. So first definition is natural numbers. Now natural numbers, all the numbers, counting numbers, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, etc., okay, dot dot, are called natural numbers, and it is denoted by letter N. That means children, all positive numbers starting from 1, okay, makes the which set of natural numbers. So you will write down. Second set we are going to learn, a set of number is the whole numbers. This whole numbers will include children all the natural numbers as well as 0. So it starts from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 till in dot dot, that means till infinity. There is no limit, there is no end. Okay, so this group is called a group of numbers that starts from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 till infinity. That is called as the whole number, and it is denoted by letter W. Then moving to the third set of numbers, that is called integers, and it is denoted by letter I. Natural numbers, okay, now all the natural numbers, 0 and the opposite numbers of natural numbers together is called, okay, is called the integers. Now here you can see I have written this set of integers. Integer equal to starts from here also children, minus also we can put dot dot, that means minus also it will go to any limit, that is till infinity, minus 4, minus 5, minus 6, that it goes on, okay, and till, so here I have written only few numbers, that is minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, dot dot, that is till infinity. So in simple word children, integer means it is a set of or we can say group of numbers which include all positive numbers, right? So all positive numbers, okay, all negative numbers as well as 0. So this is meant by integers. These three definitions you have already learned in the previous class. So we are just revising, and you will be writing children all this in the classwork book. Now coming to the main definition, that is rational numbers children. So what is meant by rational number? Rational number means, see children, when any number is written in the form of m upon n, okay, where m is any integer, that means children, when you are writing any number in the form of m upon n, means it becomes numerator upon denominator, right? So numerator upon denominator, and okay, where condition is what? Where m is any integer. M is any integer means it can be a positive number, it can be a negative number, or it can be a 0 also, okay. But your n is a non-zero integer, that means here n can be either positive or negative but not 0. Non-zero integer means Okay, clear children, it's clear now that it will be either positive or negative but not 0. Then such a number is called a rational number. Okay, now see children, in simple term, if I say rational number means whenever we write any number in the form of fraction children, okay, when we write like 2 upon 3, it is a rational number because we are writing in m upon n form, that is numerator upon denominator. So in simple terms, when number is written in the form of fraction, that is called as the rational number. Okay, so you are just going, so you are writing this definition. Now we can see some examples also, we can write it down. So we can also write down some examples here. If I am writing the examples of rational number, 2 upon 3, it's a rational number. Minus 5 upon 2, it's a rational number. I can also write 0 upon 5. It is also a rational number. Okay children. But you have to only remember that whenever we write any number, 0 upon any number, you are writing this number in the bracket children. Okay. Here you write 0 upon any number, the value of the fraction becomes 0. This you are going to keep in mind. Okay. 0 upon any number, that means if in the numerator there is 0, then the value of that fraction becomes equal to the value of that fractions becomes equal to 0. Okay. Now here this 2 upon 3, minus 5 upon 2, 0 upon 5, these are all rational numbers. But here if I write, okay, 6 upon 0, okay, in the denominator if there is 0, then child, this 6 upon 0 will not be your 6 upon 0. This will not be a rational number. Why? Because in the denominator the condition is 0 cannot come in the denominator for a rational number. Clear? So these are all examples. You can write any examples of the rational number. So I can say that your children, you will continue writing this point. Also we can say that, okay, we are writing the same, we are saying the definition in the other word of a rational number. We can say that group that includes both integers and fraction. Yes or no children? Integers means all minus number, positive number, 0, as well as fractions. Okay. Now all integers can be written in the form of m upon n. What does this statement mean children? See children, suppose if I am taking one integer, say for example minus 2. Okay. This minus 2 can, this minus 2 is there. So can I write this minus 2 in the form of m upon n? Yes? Yes or no children? Yes. How? See, I can write this as minus 2 upon 1. So this becomes numerator upon denominator. So in this way, this statement means that all integers can be written in the form of m upon n. Therefore, all integers are rational numbers. Yes or no children? Any number, simple number. Say for example, if I take a number 3. Okay, simple number. One more example. If I take 3. 3 also I can write 3 upon 1. So it will also become numerator upon denominator form, and any number when we are writing in numerator denominator, that also becomes rational number. So we can say that all integers can be written in the form of m upon n, and this integers are included as the all the integers will the part of the rational number. Hence rational number includes all natural numbers, whole numbers, integers, fraction. So we can say that your rational number is a big set of numbers. Okay, we can say that rational number is a big set which includes all the natural numbers, whole numbers, integers, everything, which I have shown with the figure. You can see that natural number, bigger than natural number, which group is there? Whole number. Bigger than that whole number, there is integers, and the biggest one is rational number, which includes all these three groups. Clear children? So this is all the definitions about the rational number. Here it is very important that you keep in mind that for rational number in the denominator 0 will not come, and whenever 0 comes in the numerator, okay, in the numerator 0 comes, 0 upon 5, that will be equal to 0. Okay, the value of the fraction becomes 0. So I hope that you are going to copy all the points, and once you read the definition, the things will be very clear to you. Now some more terms children which will be used to us while doing the further practice set what we'll be doing, and even it will be used to you in the higher classes. So let me give those terms. Now some terms, some important terms. First term is your multiplicative inverse. Okay children, multiplicative inverse. In other word, you have learned, I think so, multiplicative inverse, that is reciprocal of any number, right? We have learned about the reciprocal. Maybe in 5th or 6th you have learned about the reciprocal. So it's very simple, multiplicative inverse. So that is also known as reciprocal. Now here, for example, okay, you will also write all these points. And children, multiplicative inverse, that is the reciprocal. We can say the other term, and that is, suppose 2 upon 3, reciprocal will be 3 upon 2. If it is minus 5 upon 8, the reciprocal will be minus 8 upon 5. Only keep in mind that minus sign should always be in the numerator, right? That we have learned in 2nd chapter. So that you have to keep in mind. Now suppose if I have to write the reciprocal of minus 2, so that I can write as minus 2 since. Now here there is no denominator. Whenever such number comes, when there is no denominator, children, first you apply the denominator, that is write the denominator. Whenever there is no denominator, means denominator is invisible, that is 1. Okay, so you can write the denominator minus 2 upon 1, and then we can write the reciprocal, that is minus 1 upon 2. So either you say the term reciprocal or multiplicative inverse, it is one and the same. Okay, suppose it is 3, then you will make the denominator, you will write 3 upon 1, and that will be 1 upon 3 will be the reciprocal of 3 upon 1. So this multiplicative inverse, it's clear to you children? Copy down. Then coming to the next term, that is additive inverse. Now children, additive inverse, okay, so what is additive inverse? I'll be giving you the definition, okay, but first see the example. If it is minus 5 upon 8, additive inverse of minus 5 upon 8 will be 5 upon 8. That means children, only here you are not going to change, okay, you are not going to reciprocate the number, you will not reciprocate the number, only you have to change the sign. If it is negative sign, it will become positive. If it is positive, it will become negative. Okay, that much you have to do. No changing the numerator and denominator in the additive inverse. Clear children? So here you can see, if it is minus 5 upon 8, then additive inverse of minus 5 upon 8 will be 5 upon 8. If it is minus 2 upon 3, it will be 2 upon 3. If it is 4 upon 7, it will be minus 4 upon 7. Clear? So you are going to only change the, okay, what you will be changing? The sign. Say for example, additive inverse of minus 2 will be plus 2, additive of minus 7 will be plus 7, additive inverse of 5 will be minus 5. Okay, so this, I hope so this is clear to you, additive inverse. Now see children, you know about the multiplicative inverse. What is multiplicative inverse now? You know about the additive inverse. Now we will note that, okay, so let us note the point. If the product of two rational number is 1, okay, if the product of two rational number is 1, then each is said to be additive inverse of each other. That means each number will be additive inverse of each other. See children, if you take two example I have written, 7 upon 9 and 9 upon 7. If you multiply both the numbers, what are you going to get? You are getting 1. So we can say no, 7 upon 9 and 9 upon 7 are multiplicative inverse of each other. So if the numbers are multiplicative inverse children, then if you multiply those two multiplicative inverse number, your value will be 1. Okay children, understood what is the meaning of this definition? That if you multiply, okay, if you multiply multiplicative inverse numbers, then the product will be 1. So you can say in the other ways also, if the product is 1, the numbers will be multiplicative inverse. Any ways you can say. Understood children? I can take one more example. If it is minus number, if we take, say for example, minus 2 upon 3, and that will be multiplicative inverse of minus 2 upon 3 will be minus 3 upon 2. And if you multiply this now minus number, so it will be minus 2 upon 3 into minus 3 upon 2, right? When we are, I am purposely taking the minus number, so that here I have taken one positive example, I will be taking one negative. Now see children, minus minus becomes plus, or you know that minus minus will get cancelled in the pair. So now 2, okay, 3. Okay, 2 ones are 2, 2 ones are 2, and 3 ones are. So what is remaining everywhere? 1 upon 1 into 1 upon 1 into 1 upon 1. 1 into 1 is 1. 1 upon 1 is 1. That means finally it is 1. That means whenever, okay, if the numbers are multiplicative inverse, the product will be 1. Clear? Same way children, two rational numbers. Next point you see, two rational numbers whose sum is 0 are called opposite numbers. each is said to be additive inverse of other. That means children, now coming to additive inverse, if the numbers are additive inverse of each other, their sum will be 0. Keep in mind. Okay, what I am saying children, if the numbers are additive inverse of each other, then the sum means addition of those two numbers will be 0. Now here I have taken one example. We know, okay, I have taken example of -7 and -7. Additive inverse of -7 will be 7, right? So -7 and 7 are additive inverse numbers. Now therefore if you add these both numbers, -7 plus 7, that is equal to 0. Okay, so this we can say that in case of additive inverse, if you add both the additive inverse numbers, okay, your answer will be, result will be 0. And in case of multiplicative inverse, the product will be 1. Okay, so you can understand that whether the numbers are multiplicative or additive depending on the result what you are getting. Okay, and also now see children, here I have used the word opposite numbers. Opposite numbers and additive inverse both are one and the same. If I say what will be the opposite number of 5, you will say -5. And even in case of additive inverse, so children, here the word I have used opposite numbers, that means it is additive inverse number. Okay, that we can, instead of opposite numbers you can write additive inverse numbers. That means two rational numbers whose sum is 0 are called opposite numbers, or you can say additive inverse numbers. Each is said to be, okay, each is said to be the additive inverse of each other. You can, instead of this opposite word, you can write additive inverse also children, no issue. Okay, additive inverse numbers. Okay, so and in case suppose if I can also say what in exam or in fill up that what dash will be the opposite number of this, but any number I can take. Okay, 5 is dash will be the opposite number of 5, so you will write -5. If I say dash will be the additive inverse of 5, then also you have to write -5. Clear children? So this both terms means the same. Copy down this. Okay, and one last point just wanted to tell children that any number cannot be divided by 0, which I have already written in the other way, that in the denominator there shouldn't be 0. So you just have to keep in mind that any number cannot be divided by 0. That is, we cannot determine the value of the fraction because denominator is 0. And so just copy down all the points. Now next let us see children properties of rational numbers. Now in your textbook it's given, but it's given in the theory form and also a little short it is given. So I have just found out for you all the properties of rational number in a point, where here it is given in a point wise in a systematic manner. So now let us see children. This says that the properties of rational numbers with respect to addition, subtraction and multiplication will be same as those of integers. Okay, so what are the properties related to integers in relation to addition, subtraction and multiplication? So for rational number also the same property is followed. Now see children, I will be sending the pic of this page now. Okay, so you will copy this. Now you just try to listen what I am saying. I will be sending the pic. Okay, then you just copy down and one page. Okay, how I have given the heading properties of rational, there you will copy that, so that okay, so you can copy it nicely later, but just listen to me that the properties of rational numbers are given below. The first point says that the number obtained by adding, subtracting, multiplying and dividing two rational numbers. That means children, whenever you are carrying out the operations on rational numbers, whether it is addition, subtraction, multiplication or division, the result what you will get will also be a rational number. Clear? Now moving to the second point, when any rational number is multiplied by 1, we get the same rational number. See children, it is, what does this mean? If you multiply any rational number, now suppose 2 upon 3, if I multiply by 1, so by result will be the same rational number. Yes or no? So this is the second point what it says. Third point, when 0 is added to or subtracted from any rational number, we get the same rational number. Yes or no children? Suppose I take, okay, when 0 is added to any rational number, say for example 3 plus 0, I'll get the same rational number. Or if I subtract 0 from the same any rational number, instead of 3 I can take any, my result will be the same rational number. So that is your third point. Now fourth point says that if a is any rational number, then a into 0. If a is any number, rational number, say for example 5/4, okay, into any rational number. If you multiply any rational number by 0, your result will be 0. Okay, if it is, you can take only simple number 5 into 0, that means it is 0. So in general they have written a into 0 is 0. That means any number you multiplied by 0 will be 0. Now suppose, next point they are saying that if a and b are rational number, then a plus b will always be equal to b plus a. Children, we have already learned this in 5th also. Any number, if I take two rational numbers, say for example 2 and 3, so 2 plus 3 is also equal to 3 plus 2, right? A plus b is equal to b plus a. That is your 5th point. Now coming to the 6th point, if a and b are rational number, then a into b will also be equal to b into a. Children, that means children, here if I same number, if I take 4 and 5, two rational number, so 4 into 5 will be equal to 5 into 4. Yes, because this is also 20, this is also 20. So that is the meaning of your next, this 6th point, that is if a and b are rational number, then a into b is equal to b into a. Coming to a 7th point, if a, b, c are rational number, then a plus b plus c is equal to a plus b plus c. That means children, suppose if you are taking, here I am writing, if I take 3 rational number 2, 3 and 4, okay, so if I add a plus 3 plus 2 and then I add this third number, okay, 2 plus 3 plus 4, so that also will be equal to, okay, 2 you keep and then second number and third number you add. So here anyways 5 plus 4 9, 2 plus 5 plus, that is also 9. So this is the what is saying which property? Property number 7. Yours property number 7. If a, b, c are rational number, then a plus b plus c is equal to a plus b plus c. Either you add first two number, then add the third number, or first you add second and third number and then you add the first number, your result is going to be the same. Coming to the 8th point, that is if a, b, c are rational number. See children, now the same property, if you multiply first two number, then you multiply the third number, or you multiply first second and third number and then you multiply the first number, your result will be same. So here we can see you multiply 2 into 3, okay. See children, you multiply first 2 into 3 and then you multiply 4, that also will be equal to 2 you keep it as it is, 3 into 4, both the cases 2 3s are 6, 6 was 24. Here also 2 into 12, that is also 24. So whether you multiply first two number, first second number and then multiply the third number, or you multiply second and third and then multiply, your result will be, your product will be same. And the last property is saying that if a, b, c are rational numbers, then a into b plus c, okay, will be equal to, so suppose if you take 3 terms, again we are taking 3 terms, okay, 2, 3, 4, any number. So what does the last property says? That a into b plus c is equal to a into b plus a into c, okay. It is saying that a into b plus a into c. Now see children, suppose this is meaning that a, if you take the 3 terms, first term and then you add the second and third term and then you multiply, will be equal to, so a into, you can write 3 plus 4, that will be equal to, what are you going to get? See 2 into how much it will be? 3 plus 7, that means 2 7s are 14, you are getting 14, okay. This is also equal to a into b plus a into c. That means what is your a? A is your 2 into 3 plus, okay, 2 into 4, that means 2 3s are 6 and this is 8, so you are getting 14. That means, okay, so this is the last property of your rational number, that if a, b and c are rational number, then a into b plus c is equal to a into b plus a into c. Either if you multiply, then also you will be getting the same, okay. So these are all the properties of rational numbers. That means children, now what we have learned, all the definition, that is what are natural numbers, whole numbers, integers, rational numbers, and properties of rational numbers. We also have learnt about multiplicative inverse, additive inverse, and their property also. Now just remember that operations of rational number means, we know there are 4 operations: addition, subtraction, multiplication and division, and we are going to carry on these operations on the rational numbers. Okay, in simple term, rational number means nothing but children, number when we write in the form of fraction. Clear? So I hope till the properties you have understood about the rational number. Now we will be starting with practice set 22 in the next video. Till then you just copy down all these. Okay, practice set 22 is easy because it is little bit revision of what we have learned. Addition, we have learned about the addition of fraction, subtraction of fraction in 5th standard. Remember children, even multiplication of fraction, something, okay, you have learned little bit, so that is little easy. So practice set 22 will be taking up in the next lecture, next video, and then the next topic also we will try to take numbers in between the rational numbers. 2 topics we will be covering in the next video. Okay, so till copy down the notes in the class book and please learn the notes children. Okay, so have a nice day. Thank you for watching.